Previously on Auto Afflicted.
Bi-turbo V12 S600 for $1,800.
How is this gonna go?
Now we remember why we bought it.
Not a full.
So it's a cheap, I don't know, cheap burnout car.
What's up, Wayne?
Hey, you got a box from the Benz house.
Box, huh?
What's in the box?
Oh yeah.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
What? What? No, what's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
It's just a tandem pump for the S600. Should we put it in?
Right, so we're diving in to the driver's side of the motor. That's where the tandem pump is, down in here. And so air box is coming off, the reservoirs are coming out. Obviously we're going to disconnect some soft lines and ultimately the banjos and all that stuff. So we're going to be attacking it from the top and the bottom. Wayne's anxious to get it going.
Yeah, no, we'll just go from the top till we can't, and we'll go from the bottom till it's out.
Seems like the best way.
Yeah, it's gonna work.
Cue the time lapse.
Right? No.
We used an E10 and E12 to remove the bolts for the power steering pump itself. Then use a 19 socket with an extension and a wobble to get at the banjo bolt from underneath. And then it basically comes out.
No. No. Okay. Huh? Huh?
Huh.
Huh?
It's hardest job ever.
Hardest, easiest job I've ever done.
Right.
Super cool. Remember, all the bolts come out. Whoa. Those are new $19 shorts.
So these are the tools that it looks like you might need, as we were trying all kinds of things, but what it came down to was actually this 19 end wrench was great on the banjo bolt, and it just slipped down here. It just slipped in between the hoses and got on the bottom of the banjo there. And then we had this guy, little E10, E12 for the 3 bolts that are on the actual pump.
You know what the model is? Bad Hamburg.
Yeah.
Does that mean it's bad?
It just means it was made in Hamburg on the bad side.
On the bad side.
Cool, now what?
Gonna transfer the pressure sensor because this one's damaged, and we could do it in the car. It's not a big deal, but I may as well do it while it's sitting here because it's sitting here.
Shout out to James at the Benz house who sent us this pump. He saw that we got the V12 and he said, hey, I got a V12, you got a V12, but he doesn't need the pump anymore because, I don't know, he's doing the engine swap, so we got this one from him and also some bonus racks. So shout out to James at the Benz house. Which one's which?
Yeah, no, I know which one's which. I just wondered. Okay, this is which way that went.
All right, so we fired the pump back in. It was tedious, but it's not a big deal. Reservoir, fluids, intake, all that stuff's good. Let's start it up.
Yeah, it sounds good. I mean, I'm not seeing any leaks.
You got a lot of grease on your skull.
It'll happen. We're just gonna start. We're gonna do a full help scan. So that goes into the side that isn't the OBD2. So it looks at all the modules, tells you what's going on. It doesn't like to be jump started, it doesn't like to be jacked up, it doesn't like a lot of things. So we go through, we find it, and we clear it out. And it'll take about 5 minutes.
So we decided to put the ABC computer back in too, because that's going to be important.
Yeah, you're gonna need that later. Oops. You know, one thing, it's another. Wow, how does this go?
Yeah, so we started it up and we're like, what's wrong? What's wrong?
Yeah.
Why is it not going up? Why do none of the buttons work for the ABC? Oh, you took the computer out. Right.
Right? Turns out that the hydraulic system's computerized. And if the computerized system is sitting in the other room, it's not, it doesn't work by Wi-Fi. This old technology is killing me. That'll help. 220 life. Two-cylinder misses we never had. Huh. Yeah. And we'll see how it goes. Redo.
All right, start test number 2. Now that we have the ABC module in, that should make a difference. Voltage is always an issue with a W220. Hey, and we fired up. I don't know, all it says now is ABC suspension car too low.
Crazy.
Active body control, still red. Lights pulsating, poltergeist style. Kind of low voltage, so.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you get it so it's not too low?
Charge it.
Oh yeah, no, the battery, I mean the ABC.
We'll push air into the reservoir using the compressor.
I guess I could read about it. You know, one of the wins today though is it doesn't sound like it's got a deep engine knock anymore. That pump's quiet. We don't have any leaks. Now we just have gremlins, but that's 220 all over, you know? It's kind of what you expect even when you don't expect it. So, kind of a win.
Yeah, not bad. Not having leaks is a win.
So the key to this car is when the trunk opens, all the electronics are happy. When the trunk doesn't open, something's unhappy.
Right, it won't even open right now.
No.
Doesn't have enough juice.
Yeah, it must be crazy low. I mean, the meter doesn't say it's really low. But, yeah.
Yeah, if the trunk's not opening, that's not good.
And it's obviously pressurizing it. That goes up.
37 bar.
How many?
58, 60, 70, 75.
Wow.
Just keeps going up.
Our bars are raising. Wow, the fan just kicked on. Nice.
Whoa, we're dropping bar.
What just happened? We're losing bar like crazy.
Look underneath. We were up at 50.
We were at 140.
Really?
And then we just started dropping. Right after you said the fan turned on, I heard something that sounded
Right, I heard a click.
like a click, and then it just started dropping off like crazy. Now we're at 3 bar.
Really?
They're not rising at all.
Huh.
Ah, I bet we blew the dead end hose.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Be my guess.
Ah, Lake Pentosin.
That's what the plan, and then the Pentosin went on me when the fan. So dumb luck, the fan cycled when the Pentosin lake was. Yeah. And there you go.
Alright, so down there, focus. Oh, there we go. See? Dead end pipe, blown straight off. That happens sometimes. Also, Mercedes wants you to know that if you're working on the fan with a tie, it could be dangerous. It could be equally dangerous if you put your fingers in there. And when I first saw that, I thought it was a fish. So slippery. Right, so 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, like a polka, I guess. But positives, right? The positives are we have our dual pump in, our tandem pump is in, and either way we're going to use that as a power steering pump if we have to for coilovers.
Right.
And we've got the system up to 750 PSI before we blew the dead end hose. So that seems like the dead end hose is our ABC problem.
Yeah, everything held. It actually moved. I mean, the valves function, they're showing voltage. Yeah, it's a classic W220 thing. It showed you enough positive that you keep going. But worst case, if we throw it on coils, we have a really good German power steering pump. That's a plus. We may just get that hose crimped and it all works. That's a plus.
Yep.
And it doesn't cost that much for crimps, and those guys do big hydraulics all the time. So it's a plus. So yeah, it wasn't a waste of time in the slightest.
Right. What are our takeaways from the pump? It wasn't that hard. It was a little bit tedious, right? It took a couple hours. What, 4?
I mean, it would have been
hours?
quicker if we'd actually watched how to do it.
Right. We did make it up ourselves. That
Yeah,
was what all the
which
tools
is part
were
of the fun. We missed one bolt. There's a bolt in the back. I knew about it 2 weeks ago when I thought about it, then I didn't. But yeah, overall, getting the banjo off's a pain in the butt, but if you had a swivel socket, it should go pretty easy. I didn't have my swivel socket today, so I made it hard on myself, but it still came off.
Right.
So
it
we're
seemed
good.
like the easiest though was getting under it with the box wrench.
Yeah,
The
it turns out the box wrench does fit.
Close
It just
end
doesn't look like it.
ratchet wrench gets under there with you wedge it under there and it works.
So now we know we'll be faster. I mean, it went in a ton faster than it came out because we knew what the hell it was. But overall, like I said, I'm super happy. The engine is crazy smooth.
Oh yeah.
Cut
Yeah.
to quarters balancing.
Right. I balanced a quarter on it for like a good minute until I got the camera out, and then it fell over shortly thereafter. Right? Yeah, so if you're interested in what happened before this, links in the description to the previous videos, how we ended up with this car. And we're just going to keep working on it and molesting it gently with love. Molested with love.
There you go.
And with that, don't kick your dog. Be kind to your friends. Aspire to own a Benz. Always go look at a cheap W220, but don't always buy one. And we'll catch you on the next one.